yesterday I thought was successful because we hit our goal for the day. No, I watch a sermon every morning, and I was watching Jimmy Evans talk about the Apostle Paul, who was undoubtedly probably one of the greatest people in the whole Bible. Right? And the sermon was about how he tried to do good but just couldn't. Right? And there's a whole scripture in there about, it's really about human nature.
Yeah, what I want to do, I don't do. What
Yeah.
I don't want to do,
And it's saying, man, I can't, no matter how hard I try, I still fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
Right? No matter how hard I try, it's just in me. I cannot do what I want, what I'm trying to do, right? That's what the whole thing is about. And I was going back last night watching some of our testimonial videos of all these people who have come to the lodge, who have come up to me crying, who have come up to me and said this changed their life. Like if you go back and watch our videos from the lodge, like they're people we have never seen again. Yeah. And part of that makes me sad, because I am a coach, and I know that coaching is not doing something one time. Like my human nature is like military. The reason the military is so strong is because they train every day. Yeah. They don't train one time. You follow what I'm saying? The reason the athletes that are world-class athletes are so good is because they train every day. They don't go to a one weekend boot camp. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what's sad to me is all the people that come in to the cycle, all the people that say it changes their life, all the people that we never see again, right? And I'm in Miami once, and I'm down there with Cardone, and we're having this really, really hard conversation. And he's so gruff and rough and just a realist. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's no fluff in him. And I'm telling him, man, we got this coaching program up. It's going. He said, no, man, what you have is a very expensive babysitting service. That's what he said to me. He says, you're going to figure this out sooner or later, man. It all goes to zero at midnight. All the people you help, they'll love somebody else tomorrow. They love you this week. They love Tony Robbins next week. They love me one week. And I left there that day, and it was sad. I thought, man, what are we doing? Right? We work this hard to help people, and some of them don't care. Right? Yeah. But that sermon is illustrating what the real problem is. Even somebody who was one of the greatest people in the Bible woke up every day and said, man, I try, but I just... Yeah. The stuff we ask people to do is hard. Right? Mm-hmm. Get up, dress up, show up, fight through your feelings, suck it up, right? Mm-hmm. Get in these offices, make phone calls every day, right? And let's just be honest, 9.9% of people out of 10 don't have the guts to do it, which is why they ultimately live ordinary lives. Does that make sense? Because the prey drive in me is not, my confidence is not predicated in how you feel about me today. What you think about me today. Yeah. That's kind of the level I'm getting to in my life. Right. My destiny ain't controlled by you. Does that make sense? So when I speak and coach, I'm going to give it everything I got. I don't care if you like it or not. Just be honest with you. The people that like it will gravitate toward me. The people that don't will move away from me. That is really where I'm getting to, right? Not trying to convince you to like it. This is my truth. This is what I believe. This is 28 years of my experiences. Now, take it or leave it if you don't like it, right? I take some personal pride in just getting up and doing something. Like, this is the world we're living in. Mm-hmm. Just stay at home, don't fix your hair, don't get dressed up, don't shave, don't do anything. Mm-hmm. Just be lazy. Like, that is the world that's the world we're living in, guys. And we're coming along, and it's like Brad Lee said, you might as well say straining. Instead of saying you train people for a living, you should say strain people for a living. Because that's what they hear. They hear you're going to strain them. Oh, I don't want to be strained. Okay, so you say, why am I telling you this? There is a percentage of people, though, out of 7 billion, that want to be Navy SEALs, not baby SEALs. Right? Yeah. This industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. People are paying coaches, right? They're paying coaches, they're paying therapists, they're paying. Mm-hmm. They're paying. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Should have got in the drug rehab business.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Because that's going to be a big business. Right or wrong?
Yeah. That mental health.
So what am I saying to you? So number one, I was thinking about this. Why did we have a good day yesterday? It is the compounding effect. How do you sell this to a person? It's not one action that I take. It's not one action that you take. It is a series of disciplined actions that you take that you go, boom, we hit 30,000 a day. You see that?
Yeah.
That's the sale we're trying to make. Come in and work the way we're teaching you to work. 2 hours of prospecting, banging on people, having conversations, right? And it's going to seem miserable, but that's the way, right? That's the way it's got to work. Nothing happens until somebody moves. Everything I do is based on some type of human behavior, right? An object at rest stays at rest unless acted on by an outside force. Mark wouldn't be here if somebody didn't tell you, hey, you need to see this guy, Coach Burt, right? Mm-hmm. You got to go to sit in on his training. If you would have sat out there and watched me on YouTube, you'd never be here.
Right.
You had to take an action.
Right.
That's the point, right? That's the point, okay? So my point is, I get up every day. What motivates me is pursuing something. I don't care about all the petty dramas that go on in a day, because to me that is a distraction to pursuing something big. My prey drive is activated by the pursuit. So when I take a blow, it's like, okay. When I was a young basketball coach, I was 22 years old, and every week, my boss would come in and say, you ain't gonna believe what we got to deal with this week. We went outside and ran one day with all of our kids, and the kids wanted to do wheelbarrow races at the end for fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Lakin holds my legs,
Right.
and we do wheelbarrows. Well, one of our players cut her hand because we were on the track,
Right.
and she cut her hand right here a little bit.
That should happen.
One of the other parents turned me into the Department of Human what's the kids deal? Department of Kids.
Well,
One of the parents turned me in to the Department of Children's Services.
Right.
I had to go through a full investigation for abusing children because that player who was one of the ones who said we should do a wheelbarrow race,
Mm-hmm.
who cut her hand right there. One of the other parents, who didn't play, a kid who sat on the bench, took that and turned me into so I had to go through a whole investigation saying I abused children. Do you know how that would ruin your career if it made it to Channel 5 News?
Oh yeah.
Routinely, people would just pick up the phone and call Channel 5 News and say, you ain't gonna believe this. Then one year, I had to go through an investigation because they said I stole all the Booster Club money. Okay, they said I was stealing all the money, which they did a full investigation there, only to find out I didn't steal anything. This was every week when I was a high school basketball coach. It was the most ridiculous. If you saw how vindictive and mean people can be, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But in some ways, that toughened me up. It toughened me up not to listen to my feelings. It toughened me up not to lay down when people come at me. It toughened me up not to quit pursuing my dreams. Because when you do anything, you know the way to avoid that, Eric? Stay at home and do nothing. That's unfortunately what Paul is saying. When you deal with people, they're screwed up. Okay? So that's the deal, right?
Yeah.
So the way I handle disappointment is I'm at a point in my life that I'm trying to teach y'all how to do this. Is I use disappointments as prey drive activators. So when you see me get to these real freakish levels, and you're like, how does that dude come in and do it every day like that? I'm like Jordan. Go back and really watch The Last Dance again. Every time Jordan got good and pissed, he played at some freakish level. And right? It's almost like I'll show you, man. That's where you want to go with it.
Yeah.
Right? That's where you want to go. I'll show you.
Yeah.
It's like you needing something to really get you pissed off to go out and hit your sales number.
Yeah.
If not, you just come in at a nominal level, make phone calls, sell a few deals. But to get to that level, something's got to spike you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The kind of emotion you had when you got fired at Ole Miss is the kind of emotion you need to really do something big in the world.
Yeah.
Because that was real conflict. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Your whole life. Right? Your whole life been put into something. It's like, oh, you're out.
Yeah.
Okay? But that's real emotion, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's real emotion. And that's really what it does. So So what I'm trying to tell you, what's the real? We're in a tough. What Cardone was saying to me was right. He's like, man, this is one of the toughest business in the world. It all goes to zero at midnight. They'll love you one week and they'll love somebody else the next. How many times have you heard somebody say, "I love Coach Burt, changing my life," on the next week to be griping about something?
A lot, yeah, I mean,
Right?
yeah, I mean, it's just people.
So you can't get caught up in that.